What up, everybody? This your boy B Rob, and I'm back with another edition of the Random Ramblings with Rob podcast. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you, the listener, for coming back each and every week, or however you listen to podcasts. If you're a first-time listener, I'd like to thank you oh so much for giving my show a try. And if anybody recommended you to me, I would like for you to lean over and give that person a crisp high five. But if you're not in that person's general vicinity, why don't you pick up your phone or whatever you use to browse social media and send them a DM. In that DM, you're going to tell them thank you for recommending you to me. Speaking of social media, you can find the Random Ramblings with Rob on various social media platforms to include Twitter at 3R Show or X, whatever the fuck it is this week. Instagram, which is probably going to change to The Gram, maybe later. I don't know. At the 3R Show. And you can find me on, and see me on YouTube. I was trying to think of a witty name for it or whatever, but it's just not in me right now. By searching 3R Show, because you can see stuff. And for anything that I may have forgotten to mention, you can go to, randomosity.com. That's what I'm going to change it to, since everybody changing their social media shit. Go to randomrob.com. That's randomrob.com, where you can find many different ways to help support the show and our sponsor, Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. Go to hooksrub.com. They ain't going to change the name, I don't think, unless they get somebody else to edit their site. I don't know. But go to hooksrub.com and you can get 15% off your order plus some delicious things for your mouth hole. You know, I'm thinking about the other sponsor for RBR Weekly Wrestling Talk is Manscaped. You go to manscaped.com, you get 20% off plus free shipping. Those promo codes for hooksrub.com, you go and you get 15% off with promo code RANDOM. And for Manscaped, you get 20% off and free shipping with promo code RBRShave. I just rambled all that off with my eyes closed because I'm kind of slumping over in my chair because I am sleepy still, kind of. But I should have done this yesterday or 2 days ago and everything, and I'm just trying to do it while it's in my brain to do it because I almost forgot. Been so busy since I've been back from vacation, and now I'm just like straight back into the grind of work and all kinds of other crazy shit. We went to New Orleans, as you heard from somewhat of a crazy recording, because I recorded directly from my phone with my ear pods in my ear and everything, live from New Orleans, where we were, where it was hot as hell. You know, we boiled like gumbo and crawfish and egg touffee because it was so goddamn hot. Even though we was by the water, you were expecting cool breezes and shit. Nah, fam. We got that damn microwave heat blowing all over us and shit. But ultimately, it was a good time. You know, still have yet to have like my own individual vacation going to New Orleans and everything, because every time I go, it's a collaboration with somebody and shit. One of my wife's friends had a birthday down there, which was ultimately the reason why we went to New Orleans to visit and just have a good old time. I had intentions of just me and the wife going and shit and just getting away from work, getting away from home. But nah, we had to deal with some other people, which, I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying every time I go to New Orleans, it ain't never, you know, a trip of my own. So I got one more time to probably go back to New Orleans, and I ain't bringing no goddamn body with me. You know, maybe Mr. B Rob, maybe Young Child, but I don't want none of that. I just want to go so I can do whatever the hell it is I wanted to do. Honestly, when we went down there, I didn't really want to do shit because I'm here at home back in Houston, and all I've been doing is working. When I'm at work, I'm working. When I'm at home, I'm working because I'm, you know, because of the time I gotta damn, get in where I fit in, doing home maintenance and shit because, I got to sleep somewhere in between, but I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling right now, trying to get it all out of my system and everything just to kind of complete the circuit and get this episode in the airwaves and shit. But we went eat a couple places in New Orleans. One was the Ruby Slipper, which was pretty good. I had a banana pudding with white chocolate chip pancake, which is goddamn delicious. Highly recommended. We also had, I forget the name of the restaurant. It was on Bourbon Street, though. One of the first ones when you're coming off a canal and shit. It was right across the street from the Hard Rock Cafe. So, I mean, I just gave you an approximation of where the thing is. You can look it up, Google Map it, or just, use what I just said to kind of narrow down your search in location and shit. But kind of the highlight of the trip, though, I got to reconnect with one of my military patrons from when I was in the Marine Corps active duty. So, yeah, I think the last time I seen him face to face in person was probably about 2003, 2004. So, hell of a long time ago. We both breached the line together. After 9/11, we were amongst the first few to head into Iraq, into Baghdad and shit, to fuck shit up and be America-like during that whole incident, 2002, 2003 and everything. So, yeah, we hooked up, we hung out, and just chilling, man. It was great to see him. He was a cook in the military, and he's still cooking crazy shit now. Your boy had some boneless chicken wings stuffed with like macaroni and some other crazy shit. Yo, this dude be whipping up some things. He got his own pepper garden and everything. And you know how Mrs. B. Rob loves the hottest of the hot things. So he said he's going to whip up a hot sauce especially for her. Cause his mission is to try to burn her out. Cause I have yet in our damn near 16-year relationship, or 16+ year relationship, seen anything hot that has yet to best Mrs. B. Rob. And if it's kind of hot, if she utters the words, "Oh, this is good." That's how you know if it got a little spice to it. If she say, "Oh, this is good." Any other time she's like, "This ain't hot." Straight up. Like, I'm in there dying. I'm getting sweats, eyeballs rolling in the back of my head. I'm on the floor convulsing. She's like, "Shut up. That shit ain't hot." That's just what her palate is like. I showed him the YouTube video, which you can find, searching 3R Show on YouTube, of Mrs. B. Rob taking the hot chip challenge. We might have to revisit that again because they've changed the recipe and shit. And now the chip is blue. And when you bite it and eat it and shit, it turns your tongue blue and shit. So we might have to revisit that again. But when the Pocky challenge, one chip challenge first came out, Mrs. B. Rob got on there and she ate it with, not a flinch, not a hesitation, nothing. And it still baffles my mind today how her body can take that shit. I don't know. Cause like, I'm not the one. But other than that, all good stuff. I finally got a working PlayStation 3 and I've just been fooling around with it or whatever, giving it a couple of enhancements. There's some homebrew things and whatnot that you could do for the PlayStation 3 that's kind of similar to what you could do for the PSP and the PlayStation Vita. And I'm just exploring those things right now. And I knew this going in, but I didn't think it was going to be that bad, because like a lot of the people that stream retro consoles and stuff, what they don't really tell you is they got freaking a lot of, they're doing emulators more or less. And with emulators, you can get better quality graphics for captures and just overall because it's being emulated from your computer and whatnot. When you go back and use this original hardware, such as the N64, such as the PS3, And especially on the PS3, when you go back and play PS2 games, PS1 games on a modern TV, especially the high end joints. Cause I got a LG C1 or whatever the fuck the high fucking refresh rate 120 hertz bullshit is. I got that because I love high tech shit for whatever reason. And playing an Nintendo 64 on there, oh boy, it's a task or whatever. All kinds of ray tracing and other things that I'm saying words, but I don't really know what those things mean after looking up YouTube or whatever. Speaking of YouTube, I fuck around and had to get YouTube Premium because I just been watching too many goddamn YouTube videos for researching, electronics and repair and building and all kinds of stuff to where like these ads are fucking killing me. They're pummeling me into submission, which they did. And I fucking ponied up for YouTube Premium and I'm regretting it already. I mean, it's great because of no commercials and ads and all that other cool shit, but like $15 fucking dollars, man. And I just like anything over 10 is like, I think that's too expensive for any streaming service in my opinion and whatnot, especially like since we like to go to the movies. Regal Unlimited is like $20 and I can go to the movies for free or whatever. So once I hit that subscribe button and paid that $15, I was like, man, I should have got Regal Unlimited because I'll do this for a month and I'll cancel this shit and probably start getting Regal Unlimited because we went to see Haunted Mansion and I'll talk about it in a second. But yeah, that Nintendo 64 on modern TV is rough. I mean, just jaggy edges and all kinds of other things and whatnot. But I got a couple enhancers and dongles that I'm going to hook to that just to see how it work. And the benefit is I got it from Amazon. So if the shit don't work to my liking, send that shit right back for a refund. That's why I like buying shit from Amazon. Unlike eBay, when you're dealing with an actual third party person and shit, and it's just a whole bunch of shenanigans, which is why I've been through like 3-4 PlayStation 3s already. Anyway, I digress. And the PlayStation 3 is an interesting thing because of the backwards compatibility and all those other things and whatnot. Get a lot of conflicting YouTube tutorials and shit. Like some people say, turn the 1080p 24 hertz on or put it on automatic. Or some people say even turn it off. Some people say turn your shit down to this and do, it's just whatever. But ultimately what it comes down to, you got to figure out what works for you. And since I do have all these multiple switches and everything to connect multiple consoles to the television, it's kind of hard to create profiles on the TV because damn, if I do that, when I switch to a different console, I got to tweak and do that individually and shit. So I don't know. Maybe my TV is more powerful than what I do because I'm just a basic bitch. They say it's a high end, great TV, and I just kind of take it at face value and buy the thing. And then, I just don't do tweaks or whatever. So maybe I need to look up another YouTube tutorial on how to properly work my TV and tweak it for these consoles that I got. Anyway, like I was saying, I went to see Haunted Mansion and I went in with low expectations. I was kind of only going because Young Child wanted to go and Mrs. B. Rob asked me to go, or she, so yeah, I went low expectations, the lowest of the low. And I feel like given what I thought I was going to see, it over delivered. It was a good ass movie. Crazy to think, So, I highly recommend it or whatever. If you follow me on Letterboxd, because I'm there at 3R Show. Also, Young Child is there on Letterboxd. You can see her reviews. You can get views through the lens of a 12-year-old, about to be 13 here in a couple days. Officially a teenager. Won't have any more babies in the house. And she's at Super Goober, by the way. And yeah, I borderline gave this movie 5 stars. I gave it 4.5 on my review, but there's like small itty bitty things that I had to nitpick at to knock it down because I couldn't give this movie 5 stars. I wanted to give it 5 stars, and I don't understand. I'm saying these words like it fucking matters. I mean, the only really true rating you can give these things, I'm only using the parameters that freaking Letterboxd give you. But like, if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. That's the only true rating system, and it's good. You know, but as far as the rating system on Letterboxd, I was debating on giving it 5, but I settled with 4.5 because, like I said, I nitpicky the thing. Lakeith Stanfield played the role well, but he did like this cartoonish Scooby-Doo Shaggy type run when he was evading danger and shit that kind of took me out of it or whatever. And then Owen Wilson was in this film and being Owen Wilson, and it's just like he doesn't evolve as an actor or character anymore. He's just like he found this niche like a lot of actors do. When you get them in the movie, you know what you're getting right off rip. So it was just like I didn't get anything, you know, dynamic from that guy. I just seen his face. All right, I know what he's about. But you know what? And I say that about Owen Wilson, and he did damn phenomenal in Loki. You know, so, you know, mixed bag. And, you know, I have my reservations about Tiffany Haddish, and I didn't know she was in this film going in, but I would have gave it like a big harumph if I knew she was in the film going in. So it was a surprise to me because I didn't really look into this movie a lot, but she delivered an okay performance because she's another one that's kind of like ultimately herself in every film or whatnot, and that's kind of grating to me because like she don't really do. I haven't seen her in any serious roles or whatever to give me any depth of her, you know, caliber and shit. And if you got a movie that's serious, no funny haha, and she ain't, you know, in the movie, recommend that to me and I'll watch it, and maybe I'll change my opinion on Tiffany Haddish. But she did well in this film, you know, so that was cool. But Owen Wilson and Lakeith Stanfield running around like a goof was the only thing that deterred me from giving this movie a full 5 stars and shit. So that's meager complaints, you know. So recommend it. Go see it. Fun shit. And Secret Wars or Secret Invasion has wrapped up. I've yet to look at the conclusion. There's a lot of thoughts online, or just thoughts about the series overall that, you know, kind of sucked. People starting to think that Marvel is oversaturated. A lot of people been thinking that for a long time, and they need to take a break for a minute. But seems like they are because of the freaking writer-actor strike or whatever. Pay these people money, give them residuals and shit, better insurance. You know, you don't have movies without these people. If you really want to make your point, I mean, they need to try to finagle the directors in there. Then y'all be totally fucked. Y'all just be using AI for everything. And yeah. Anyway, that's a bad recommendation about the AI. Let me knock on wood. Don't want AI to take over the world, Skynet, and all kinds of shit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I can think of. I had something, but I started ranting about Skynet and knocked me off my train of thought. I appreciate you for listening. If you want a dash of the Professional Wrestling Talk live every Wednesday night after AEW Dynamite, join the boys of RBR Weekly Wrestling Talk on twitch.tv/RBR Wrestling. And yeah, that's fun. We got plenty of bonus content and everything. You can find that by accessing patreon.com/RBR Wrestling as well. Don't forget to hit up the sponsor. Freaking Manscaped, though. They got this new face trimmer. I kind of want it and shit. The Handyman. And it's like their Norelco type shaver and shit. I want that shit. Hey, Manscaped, hook it up. Anyway, thank you all for listening. And I'll see you next time.